In a dramatic turn of events, the federal trial of Sean Diddy Combs was shaken on its third day by the unexpected introduction of an audio recording made by Prince just weeks before his death. The prosecution presented this never-before-heard evidence, alleging that Prince detailed private parties hosted by Diddy, explicitly naming individuals and describing disturbing activities he claimed to have witnessed. The impact was immediate and profound, as the recording reportedly caused Diddy's carefully maintained composure to fracture, leading to an outburst that prompted a judicial warning of contempt. From the outset of Day 3, an unusual tension hung in the air. Subtleties hinted at a pivotal moment. Technical specialists brought in unfamiliar equipment, a small black audio device, a laptop, and wires, to the prosecution's table. The lead prosecutor pointedly avoided Diddy's gaze. Even the judge's opening statement, an unusual caution for strong reactions, and an expectation of complete composure, seemed directed at the defendant. The defense was caught off guard when the prosecution requested to present critical new audio evidence. Their immediate objections, arguing they hadn't been warned about new exhibits and accusing the prosecution of sandbagging, were swiftly overruled. The judge confirmed the disclosure paperwork had been properly submitted, declaring with a decisive thud, "The evidence may be played." Then came the bombshell announcement. "You're about to hear the final private recording made by Prince Rogers Nelson." The courtroom froze. Phones dropped, journalists' fingers hovered over keyboards, and even Diddy appeared confused, his eyes slightly wide as he seemingly questioned his lawyers. "What is this?" As the prosecutor initiated playback, Prince's voice, described as quiet, low, and uneasy, filled the courtroom. It wasn't the flamboyant persona the world knew, but a calm yet haunted confession. In the recording, Prince claimed to have attended private parties hosted by Diddy in Miami, the Hamptons, and Los Angeles. He meticulously detailed what he saw: young artists separated from their handlers, encouraged to consume alcohol and pills, private rooms with locked doors, hidden cameras in fixtures, and a distinct absence of security personnel inside. These details disturbingly aligned perfectly with the earlier testimony provided by Cassie Ventura during her 4 days on the stand. Prince was not vague. He named names and provided specific dates, including a December 2015 party in Beverly Hills, describing behavior that matched prior witness accounts almost verbatim. What intensified the courtroom's alarm was Prince's explicit awareness of his actions. Prince's voice echoed, "If something happens to me, this recording needs to go to the press or the police, either one." As Prince's voice continued, Diddy's demeanor visibly deteriorated. His eyes narrowed, his mouth twitched, and he stopped communicating with his lawyers, leaning forward, hunched and pale. Jurors began to watch him as intently as they listened to the tape. The turning point came when Prince declared, "These aren't just parties, they're traps." The ensuing silence was so complete that Prince's breathing could be heard between his words. A woman in the back row visibly cried, and a reporter dropped her pen. Diddy's attorney attempted to calm him, but Diddy pulled away. Prince then recounted confronting Diddy at a 2016 afterparty, warning him about the manipulation of young artists and guests. Prince said, "I warned him at the Grammy Afterparty." Diddy allegedly laughed, responding, "You might be Prince, but you're not untouchable." This line struck the courtroom like a gunshot. The tension peaked as Prince described another party from March 2016 involving multiple celebrities and a disturbing incident upstairs. As Prince named the address, a location already referenced by the prosecution's forensic timeline, Diddy snapped. "That's a lie!" he shouted, standing abruptly, his voice echoing. Security rushed forward and his lawyers desperately tried to pull him back, one hissing, "Sit down!" But Diddy's voice rose again. He wasn't even there. That never happened. The judge repeatedly slammed his gavel, threatening, "Mr. Combs, control yourself or I will hold you in contempt." The courtroom descended into chaos. "Judge, Mr. Combs, control yourself or I will hold you in contempt." Jurors exchanged shocked glances, two appearing visibly disturbed. A court sketch artist later revealed she had to redraw Diddy's face 3 times due to the drastic changes in his expression during the outburst. Once order was restored, Diddy's breathing was labored, his hands trembled. His pristine image, the billionaire mogul, the unbothered icon, was shattered, replaced by a man visibly panicked, cornered and crumbling in front of a jury. Court insiders later confirmed that the prosecution had deliberately timed the release of the tape, believing it was when Diddy's guard would be lowest. Their strategy worked. He showed the jury rage guilt, loss of control, all without being cross-examined. After a brief recess, the courtroom's atmosphere remained charged. No one whispered or typed. All eyes were fixed on the speakers, as the voice of a dead man now controlled the most powerful room in entertainment law. Prince continued, describing an organized system of manipulation he had witnessed firsthand. What I've seen, it's not something you can just forget. What I've seen, it's not something you can just forget, Prince stated. They make it seem glamorous, but I've watched it ruin people. He repeatedly referenced parties at Diddy's private residences, providing not vague recollections but exact details, layouts of rooms, names of guests, even furniture colors, all of which consistently aligned with earlier testimonies from Cassie Ventura and other unnamed witnesses. Most chilling were Prince's references to NDAs or non-disclosure agreements and hush payments. Prince said, "I've seen the contracts, I've seen the money change hands. $2 million here, $1.5 million there, and I've seen what happens to the people who try to leave. They disappear, not physically but musically, socially, gone." Diddy, though still seated, was visibly shaking, staring blankly ahead, his eyes unblinking for nearly a minute. Prince then delivered another devastating blow. "I warned him at the Grammy Afterparty. I told him flat out, this is going to catch up to you. He told me, you might be Prince, but I own this game and people like you don't change it, they get erased." This line reverberated through the room like thunder. Diddy's jaw tensed and jurors reacted with visible shock and disbelief. Prince then revealed his own fears, explaining he hadn't spoken out during his life because he witnessed what happened to others who did. They lost contracts, tours, and awards. It's not just about power, it's about fear. Fear keeps everyone quiet. He detailed a moment at one of Diddy's events where he suspected a guest was being secretly recorded, noting cameras in the chandelier, implying blackmail and surveillance. Cameras in the chandelier. "Crucially," Prince affirmed, "I've got files, hard drives, tapes, photographs, all dated, all organized. I gave copies to 3 people. If anything happens to me, check with them. I've got files, hard drives, tapes, photographs, all dated, all organized. I gave copies to 3 people. If anything happens to me, check with them." As the recording concluded, Prince uttered words that may forever resonate with the trial. "I've spent my life trying to protect my music, but now I realize it's the people who needed protection, and no one was doing it. Not really, not when it mattered." The audio clicked off, leaving an almost tangible silence. The prosecutor delivered her final, powerful line. "No further questions, Your Honor." Immediately after court was adjourned, Diddy's team swiftly filed an emergency motion to suppress the recording, arguing its origin couldn't be verified, the witness was deceased and couldn't be cross-examined, and it was prejudicial. However, they knew it was likely too late. Legal analysts outside the courtroom agreed. You don't recover from something like that. Diddy himself barely spoke after the tape, slumped over the defense table, looking smaller, fragile, like the world had finally caught up with him. The most damning reactions came from the jury box. As they were dismissed, 3 jurors lingered, glancing back at Diddy. One shook their head slowly, another appeared visibly disturbed. This wasn't just testimony, it was a psychological breakdown witnessed in real time. Diddy's carefully crafted mask had fallen, revealing a man unraveling under the weight of Prince's posthumous testimony. This shift was precisely what prosecutors hoped for, a moment of transformation where jurors go from neutral to locked in, from skeptical to believing. Psychologists refer to this as anchor bias, where a pivotal impact moment becomes the lens through which all subsequent information is viewed. From that point on, every piece of defense testimony would be filtered through Prince's voice and Diddy's explosive reaction. The day after, the court reconvened, but nothing felt the same. Speculation mounted about the existence of more Prince recordings. An insider from the prosecution hinted, "We believe Prince was documenting something bigger, and this may not be the only thing he left behind." This possibility sent ripples through the entertainment industry, raising questions about who else might be named and how far Prince's concerns truly extended. The trial is no longer just about Cassie Ventura's lawsuit or past abuses. It has become, well, a referendum on the entire culture Diddy helped build, now challenged by Prince's voice of resistance. Investigators are reportedly seeking additional subpoenas related to Prince's estate, hoping to locate more hard drives, tapes, and notes that could open new cases or implicate other powerful figures. Diddy's legal team is in damage control, but the judge has already ruled the Prince tape admissible, and even if formally excluded later, the damage is already done. The public and the jury have heard it, and Diddy's breakdown cemented its impact. The overarching question now is, what else is hiding in Prince's vault?